Hi, it's Trevor Meelam from the Lloyds Victims Group, and I'd like to speak this evening about Richard Brown. Now, on Tuesday this week, on the 8th of December, there was a meeting. Richard Brown is the chair, and we've already got an allegation in that has now been passed from the monitoring officer, Scott Waldridge, of our complaint about Mr. Richard Brown in his support of Mrs. Mountstevens, who we can see here. She is the current Police Crime Commissioner of Avon, Somerset, and we are alleging that she is material, whether she's knowingly doing it or through negligence, misconduct, perverting the course of justice on the Lloyds Bank frauds. This also includes an RBS case, and it also includes the earlier Acorn cases. The current chief is Andy Marsh, and we're saying that his fraud department, we are alleging, are acting fraudulently in covering up these frauds. Since we've started this, one of the cases has now actually been reopened. But at the meeting, it was said by Mrs. Mountstevens that the bank cases should go to the BBRS, which is a new scheme that's coming, which you can see here. Here's a logo here. Now, the problem we've got is this is only a civil resolution scheme. It's not criminal, and it's supposed to be resolving disputes between the banks and small medium businesses. Now, in control of the APPG Fair Banking is Kevin Hollinrake. Now, we understand from Mrs. Mountstevens, Mrs. Mountstevens had a meeting with Kevin and with the BBRS, and at the police crime panel meeting, Mrs. Mountstevens was pushing very much that the BBRS is going to be the way forward. Now, we don't really see how she can say that criminal cases can't be investigated by the police unless she knows that the BBRS has some sort of powers granted by Parliament, but we definitely know that's not the case. So we've got a real problem. We're claiming misconduct on 10 people. We are alleging misconduct by 10 people in the police, very senior police, at Avon, Somerset, also on the crime panel of Avon, Somerset. And the other thing that we now have, we have this report. This was leaked to us by Detective Super Nick Johns of Thames Valley Police. I can't show you the pages of this as the report is being reconstructed, but I can show you that we do have inner content without giving too much finite detail away at this stage. The remit on this was that it was not to include the Acorn Finance victims, and that means that that would keep out of the remit a particular solicitors that the current Deputy Police Crime Commissioner of Avon Somerset, Mr. John Smith, used to work at, called Burgess Salmon. So a lot going on there. If in the remit here it did include Acorn, it would have brought up Burgess Salmon, and that would have also put the spotlight on Mr. John Smith. So this is being broken down. My background includes 10 years as a property industry advisor on money laundering and property fraud to HMRC, Treasury, NTCAT trading standards, and what I've seen so far, it's now indicating that it is likely that there are more likely 10 cases coming to light. We've also got this letter from Anthony Stansfield that Mrs. Mountstevens said was incorrect. The only incorrect thing about that, Mr. Stansfield was definitely on the right track, but rather than there being maybe one case, we think Mrs. Mountstevens has actually overlooked and failed to hold the chief here to account on what appears to be 10 fraud cases. So that's what we're alleging. We then know an awful lot of other victims, and you know, this could run into hundreds of cases. But anyway, that's where we are. Complaints going into the IOPC. There are now 2 complaints raised referred to the IOPC. There's also a new case that's been opened at Avon, Somerset, since we've been stirring up this, and we think that that is now that we've got this leak report by Nick Johns, we think this is now going to open up into potentially another 10 cases of fraud being exposed, and then beyond that a lot more. I will leave it there. Thank you very much.